What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name's Kenny. I'm holding a motherboard in my hand right now because I came across this Gamers Nexus video that really spoke to me and was something that was weighing on me and something I've thought about for a really long time. But I'm really happy that a bigger channel, I'm sure some other channels and stuff has spoken out about this many times, but I'm glad that he is too. And I like this rant style video. Linus had one just the other day about, just bad information and stuff like that. So I'm kind of enjoying this stuff. And I guess I wanted to share my frustration too. I'll show you what I mean.
Patrick and I were shopping for new parts for test benches, like this part that we ended up buying, and we became extremely annoyed when trying to find a board with a 7-segment display, and also one with reliable ability to hit XMP targets. The 7-segment, though, is the one we're focusing on here today, which, for a lot of people, you're going to watch this and be like, wow, this guy really cares about 7-segment displays. I'm not sure I care that much. Well, you're right. I do care a lot about 7-segment displays because a lot of our daily jobs here is trying to get stuff to boot when it's just not working right. Because when you work with as many parts as we do, especially when they're pre-launch, that's a condition you run into, and it's a feature you need. And you start to understand with time, this is a luxury I would be willing to pay a few extra dollars for, but not 500. That's where it gets crazy. So anyway, this board is $500, and it's only a little bit more expensive than the average cost of a motherboard in this class, like Z790, with a 7-segment display. That's the crazy part. We didn't go that much above. The only reason we spent this much.
I don't know, you guys. Maybe I'll leave Steve there. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll cover him up with something. I'm not sure. Anyway, you guys, this whole video, I was just like, yeah, dude. When I was shopping for motherboards and stuff, I was thinking to myself, man, my computer lately, sometimes when I'm trying to like do multiple things, or if I'm trying to set up a stream and stuff like that, or in game and still get good FPS, it seems like my 5800X is kind of struggling a little bit. And I've been kind of thinking, well, maybe I've had this thing for almost 3 years now. Maybe it's time I kind of look at upgrading. But I'm like, when I'm thinking back to it, this MSI motherboard that I bought that I just absolutely despise and do not really like, just because of like, there's so many things that are gimped in the BIOS that I can't like turn off or turn on or customize. I'm just like, man. But I paid a decent amount of money for this motherboard. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. If I figured it out, you'll see it above my head or something like that. But I'm looking at like old motherboards like this. I don't even know what this thing is anymore. 1155 socket, I think. But it's got your power, your reset on here, which is super handy too, especially if you just want to test it quickly. Obviously, it's got your display on here for debugging and stuff. And I've been noticing that MSI one I bought, this carbon one, this like I believe it was a pretty high end, high tier one at the time I bought it. It doesn't even have any of that stuff, and I'm just like, bro, what the f? Like, why is this stuff so expensive? Here, I got here. Let's go for shopping for, say, I don't know, some AMD style motherboards. Granted, some of these B550s and stuff are pretty inexpensive, but they're definitely going to be lacking. I think this might actually. I wonder if this is the one that he has. But this one has your start, it doesn't even have a reset one. It just has a start. So, but it does have your debug thing on it. But then you get this $300 one here. I don't see any of that on there. It's $330 and it doesn't even have that on there. Like, are you serious? Why? Like, what's the deal? $220. Looks pretty effing basic there. Like, it's just wild. Like, I'm just kind of perplexed. Like, this one's almost $500 and it doesn't even have it on there. Like, what are you buying with some of this stuff? Now, like, granted, like, the stuff isn't necessarily like crucial to building a computer, but like, here's one, a ROG Strix, $500. That one actually has like the feature, like some decent features on it. It looks like this one doesn't really have anything on here. But it just seems like manufacturers and stuff are kind of gimping, kind of taking away some of the better features that used to be on here. Like This one obviously has like a whole bunch of RGB gobbledygook on it, whatever. And for those who dare, that's like they're spending all this money putting just weird kind of gimmicky kind of things on here rather than stuff that's actually useful. I mean, obviously, I don't see it just in the motherboard industry either. Being a guy that's been in the car business and a car enthusiast my like entire everything, my lifespan, I've been seeing this kind of in that industry too, and it just kind of seems to hamper your increase costs and everything unnecessarily, um, and it takes away from the overall like I guess quality aspect of what you're buying too, because they're focusing so much more on premium features to keep up with other things that just useful quality control type things that just make the day-to-day usage of things, or even just like the initial setup of something, just lacking. And just I don't know, it just takes away from a lot of stuff. I mean, just the overall, like, it increases the motherboard prices, it increased the car prices just astronomically for really no good reason. Like, I don't know. I got this old motherboard that's like a 1700X in there. I love this motherboard. Like the IO panel, like this one here, it's got lights for everything. So say you're like me and you like doing crap in the dark, you're not a big, light guy, like a basement dwellers. um us nerds, like having the light up on the like the IO panel and stuff, so I can see what I'm plugging in and stuff, is really helpful, really useful. Just stupid little features. And like obviously the CMOS clearing and the BIOS flashing like that. That's actually some really important stuff, especially lately with technology changing so rapidly and stuff. Just simple little features like, hey, this motherboard I bought doesn't actually have the correct BIOS on it, but I have this CPU that, you know, that goes with this, but I can't do anything because whatever. So you download, you know, new BIOS, plug it into the motherboard, and you can install it right from there. That stuff is like really helpful. And I feel like a lot of motherboards manufacturers and stuff are kind of getting away from that stuff. And like Steve said in this video, man, like I'm kind of noticing that trend too, and I'm really kind of disliking it. Like RGB, fine, whatever, like that, but a lot of that stuff you can add on, and a lot of that stuff is hidden on the motherboard anyway. From a lot of, especially if you water cool and stuff, and new vertical mounting for GPUs and stuff like that, it stuff's kind of hidden anyway. So it's kind of like, who's this for? I don't know. You guys, that's my weekly rant. I guess I should maybe do a weekly rant. No, that might be 2 month, maybe like bi-weekly or monthly or something. I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think about this video. Go watch Steve's video. He's got lots of comments and stuff on here, I'm sure. Just yeah, Unhinged Steve is something we lack and something we need more of. I agree. I actually really enjoyed that video. Just listening to him, just kind of like, I'm just like, dude, bro, like, it's crazy how expensive some of this is. I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments below and whatnot. And yeah, we'll catch you later. That's it, I guess.